Again, in 1977, I had an epileptic fit due to an intense drug overdose in a hotel room in Denver, Colorado, about 1 o'clock in the morning. I went into epilepsy. I lost all motor response. I fell to the floor. I swallowed my tongue. I choked to death. Just like you read about, my spirit came out of the top of my head. I was in a different state of consciousness, and I was looking down at my body. Something in that state of consciousness, which was one of total peace and wondrous, I will never forget it, said to me, your time is not now, call your guru's name. I called Sai Baba's name, and he appeared instantly in this room. He picked me up and put me on a bed. He pulled my tongue out. I'm watching this from above. He places his hand on my chest and pushes on my chest, and the spirit went right back into my body. I was back into the state of epilepsy at that point in time, and I don't know how much time passed, surely a number of minutes. And shortly afterwards, I was released from the hospital because it was drug-related, not an actual mental malady. I left for India the next day to thank Sai Baba, and he ignored me for several months on that occasion as well. I have to tell you that 15 years later, while we were working on the hospital, and he's so wonderful, timing, of course, is everything with him, it was quite wonderful that while we were, I've been blessed to be with him for a number of hours with a number of distinguished surgeons who had been gathered together at Whitefield in his home there to discuss the hospital. And he got everyone's attention several hours into this meeting, and I was sitting next to him, and he said, I saved this man's life 2 times, didn't I? And this is 15 years later. I must also add that I said yes, of course, and he leaned over and whispered in my ear, and many other times too. As you all know, Sai Baba is hilarious, absolutely. He is, he's quite a miracle to us all, but his humor is really something else.
I just remember I was feeling so much in despair that I just cried myself to sleep and said, you know, my last words was, I'm just gonna die alone with a broken heart. And I woke up around 2 in the morning, and I was feeling pain on my left side, my left arm. I couldn't breathe. It was really extreme, and I couldn't even crawl across the bed to get to my phone to dial 911, and it got to the point to where I stopped breathing. And then I left my body, and I was looking down on my body, and in comes Baba. And he looks at me, then he looks down at my body, and he said, what did you do? And I said, what did I do? I didn't do anything, Baba. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't help myself. And then I just went out. And he said, no, what did you say? And I had to think for a moment. And then I remembered me saying, I'm just going to die alone with a broken heart. And he said, yes. And he said, you are powerful. Your words are powerful. You are God. You manifested your own death. And I was stunned, as you can imagine. I was stunned. Here's the Lord telling me I did that. And then he reaches down into my chest, and he pulls my heart out, and he puts it up to the light, and he said, do you see all those dark spots? And all I could see was like these black spots. And he said, that's the pain of your past. And he put my heart in his hands like this, and he blew on it like, whoosh. And then he held it back up to the light, and they were all gone. It was so incredible. And he said, see, the past is the past, the present is now, and the future is the future. And he said, you have a lot of work to do. And so he put my heart back into my chest, and then he slapped my chest and he said, now get to work. And my spirit flew back in.